So today we hear the story of the sending of the disciples. And of course, it's just not the 12, it's the 70 disciples. It's all the people that Jesus sends out to do his work, his missionary work. And yesterday we talked about commitment. We talked about what it takes to be a disciple. But I think there's a second message again today. And there's two things really that it takes to be a disciple aside from just commitment. And one of them is piety. And piety, sometimes we think of this, we're always in church and praying and no one. And that's not just it. Piety is making the center of your life Jesus, God. I mean, imagine these people that are going out into a hostile environment. I mean, we're a very civil society. This is places where people might kill you if they don't agree with you, in this case. So the first thing is to have this commitment to what you're doing, this piety, and we think of the piety again as sometimes as a person that's always in church praying. But piety is actually something that you take out onto the street. The second thing is just absolute commitment. I'm sure there's a good religious word for that. But you have to, in that commitment, you have to believe what you're doing. How often do we find, did you ever meet somebody the people that come to our doors and knock on our doors, we complain about, that are there standing there with a Bible, and they want to talk to us, do you know Jesus and all this stuff? And we find them annoying, but you know what? I think in some ways, they make us feel a little bit inadequate because, wow, these people are really committed. They're not afraid to come to your door and knock on your door and open the Bible and talk to you about it. Right? And so they're off-putting sometimes, not just because, they're interrupting our day or the football team that we're watching, but rather that, we think to ourselves, maybe we should be like that. What is the most important thing to us? We have to ask ourselves that question. On Sunday, is it if my team is playing? Is it our careers? Is it our bank account? What do we put out there in front of us that's the most important? And if those things are the most important, you're not going to be one of these disciples because Jesus strips them of everything. Take one tunic, take one this, don't take a bunch of stuff, just go and proclaim the word of God. My brothers and sisters, we're called to be disciples of Christ. We're called to be focused on Christ, and we're called to make Christ the center of our lives.